Hey VV Nation, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. So this video is going to be about commodities for 2023. Commodities are on the rise, but not all of them have the right opportunity to get into them right now. I'm going to give you 6 different commodities, tell you why I like them, and on top of that, going to give you some stocks and even more stocks to add to your commodities watch list for 2023. You know me, I like to do a lot of research for you, and the value add is that I try to give you a good amount of stocks to at least keep your eyes on. I've gotten a lot of emails from a lot of people saying, thank you so much for those stocks that I really didn't know about, and I'm making money on those. So if that's what you want to do going into 2023, then folks, this is the right place, and you do want to stay until the end. All right, let's get into some of the news that I have for you, and let's go talk about why I like these right now. First one, ExxonMobil set to begin Beaumont oil refinery expansion. And what this is going to do, it's going to significantly increase gasoline and diesel production in its Beaumont, Texas refinery. Now, is it going to be enough to really offset the demand and put more gas and oil back into the economy? We'll see, but it's a step in the right direction, which could mean that oil could be on the rise once again. I still think that the demand for oil will pick up, especially since the U.S. is going to be replacing a lot of the oil that they took out of the reserves. Next, nuclear power. Well, folks, we know that we're on the kick for finding better alternatives to clean energy, and nuclear power or uranium is really going to be a good play for that. We're already in the field of electric vehicles, but there's a lot of things going on with it. The price of the vehicles, the grid, a lot of other things in regards to electric vehicles. I still like the play on EVs as long as they can supply to keep up with the demand of the vehicles. Now, this is a 2-part story. It talks about Hollywood and a movie coming out to help bolster the nuclear side of it. That I'm really not concerned about. But nuclear energy is getting some positive attention, especially a new movie by Oliver Stone that screened at Davos, blah, 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 blah. Then we've got some shares of uranium stocks that we're going to talk about today as well. Several of the nuclear stocks trade based on uranium prices, which have been relatively strong in the past month, but other factors play a role too. So uranium is my second commodity. So we got oil, uranium. Next one, commodity, gold. Gold price is expected to rise towards record highs above $2,000 an ounce. A lot of people would love to see that happen. Higher rates lifted returns on bonds, making non-yielding gold less desirable for financial investors, but pushed the dollar to its strongest 20-year, making the dollar price gold costlier for many buyers. So gold is really hinged upon the weakness or the strength of the dollar. In order for gold to really start to move, the dollar has to get weaker. Now, let's talk about another commodity, copper. China reopening boosts copper outlook. Why? Because China is the biggest importer of everything, to include copper. Copper is used in electronics. Copper is used in building. I'm seeing a lot of stories about theft of copper because it's so expensive that people are stealing it and reselling it. So we'll keep our eyes on that one as well. My next one is lithium. 3 under the radar battery stocks with 50% upside. As I look at these, we're going to look at a company called Lithium Americas. I like this stock in that space, but there's a couple of other stocks that are looking at here. So again, looking at EVs, looking at lithium for those batteries, it's going to be a rising commodity. How about natural gas? Now, I'm getting a lot of information or people asking me about what's going on with natural gas. So someone said to me in YouTube, what's going on with natural gas? I said, I think we're looking at a warmer than expected winter. But now, as models suggest return of winter, colder winters will bring the price of natural gas up. So we'll keep our eyes on that. And then I looked at a story from Kiplinger, which gave me 7 best commodity stocks. It's one thing to look at the commodities, but what about the stocks to trade those commodities? And some of the stocks in this story are looking at Vail, are looking at Rio Tinto, are looking at Cleveland Cliffs, looking at Alcoa for aluminum, looking at Freeport for copper, looking at Newmont for gold, and so on and so forth. So we're going to be looking at some of these stocks to put into your watch list. But again, the value add in this video is I'm going to show you how to find the best stocks in those industries outside of these stories that you're looking at right now. Let's get into the software. And from the software, here's the beginning of my watch list. My watch list is looking at the 6 different commodities that I'm talking about today: gold, copper, uranium, oil, lithium, and natural gas. So all of these are ETFs. So what I'm really looking for is which ones are moving up the fastest. Well, I got an indicator, relative timing. Right now, gold is really moving up with an RT of 1.61, copper at 1.6, uranium at 1.16. Now, the other 3, oil, lithium, and natural gas, have relative timings below 1. They may not be the right time to get into them, but these are 6 commodities that I want you to keep your eyes on for the year coming into 2023. Let's go look at them on a graph, and let me show you why some of them may not be the right time to get in. Now, if I look at gold, I love the move of gold. I'm looking at a 3-month graph, bottom left, top right, looking at the 3 and the 8. I like it right now, right off of 3-month highs. The 3 and the 8 still look solid. Nice open day today. I like the play. The volume could be better, but I like the play looking at the price structure. Copper, same scenario. Bottom left, top right. A little bit of a pullback right now. The 3 and the 8 are still solid. More volume on copper, so this gives me more confirmation that people are really in tune to buying copper. All right, the next one is uranium. Now, this is all over the place. If I'm looking at a graph and it looks like this and you're not comfortable, then you don't play it. But it is all over the place. Very volatile industry, or very volatile commodity, pulling back, watching the 3 go below the 8 right now. Uranium, as much as I like it as a clean energy play, I would wait on uranium right now. Going into oil, I like the bounce off a serious level of support. The 3 and the 8 just went up. I've got 2 more levels of resistance to get through. And if the demand of oil picks up, especially because China's opening back up, oil could be set to springboard and move higher. Looking at lithium, was rising, coming off a level of support. RT did go above 1, pulling back right now. Through 3 and 8 are still in place, but it's retracing from a level of resistance of 65.19. I'd be careful with it, but I still like it long term. Keep it in your portfolio or keep it in your watch list. Natural gas right now is just getting killed. And again, a lot of it is dealing with a warmer than expected winter. But if that does turn around, we're still in the early months of winter across the globe. If that changes around, natural gas will move. All right, so those are the commodities. If you don't want to play the commodities individually, now I'm going to give you the stocks to look at. Let's go. I've got another list of commodity stocks. All right, so these are the plays to play the commodities. Cleveland-Cliffs for uranium, or Rio Tinto for iron ore and uranium. As a matter of fact, let's go all the way over to the end. We have steel for Cleveland-Cliffs, Rio Tinto for mining other. That's good for uranium. ExxonMobil for oil. Vale for mining other. That could be looking at lithium as well. Alcoa, of course, for metal. Newmont for gold and silver. CCJ for uranium. Freeport for copper. And Lithium America for lithium. All right, so those are the stocks. The biggest thing, which stocks are going up the fastest right now? Let's look at Cleveland-Cliffs. Wow, look at relative timing at 1.7, Rio Tinto 1.53, Vale, all of these are mining companies at 1.43, Alcoa at 1.4, Newmont Gold at 1.4, copper at 1.36, and then my uranium stock, even though I'm waiting on that, I do have a uranium stock, CCJ, that's up above 1 on relative timing. Now, this is the value add. So we're looking at CCJ. Let's see if there's any other companies in that space that could be better than CCJ. I simply double click on it and I bring up all of the stocks that are in that space. How about this? CCJ by VST happens to be the best stock in the uranium space. So I like that pick. Let's go look at Cleveland-Cliffs. I'll double click. All right, that's a mining company, iron ore. As we look at it, is it the number 1 in here? It's down to number 5. What's better? How about Tenaris? So now you can add this stock, TS, to your watch list as a commodity stock, or Gerardo, GGB, which is better than Cleveland Cliffs, or Steel Dynamics. This is the value add that VectorVest has for you. The stories are the stories, but now I can look and double click. Let's go to Newmont. Let's double click on Newmont. All right, let's go see where it sits in its peers. Newmont. Going down the list, way down the list. What else is better? GFI, Anglo Gold, AU, IM Gold, IAG. I've got 3 other top stocks in this space that are better plays. But remember, Newmont was the story. So again, the value add is not only am I giving you 9 stocks to play as commodity stock plays, but if you have the VectorVest system, you can double click. Let's double click on Freeport. Double click on Freeport. Let's go see where it sits. FCX, again, by VST. How about Palabra? I do like this stock. PILBF. Let's go see where it sits. There's Rio, there's Vail. See, it doesn't sit amongst the leaders, but the story is the story. All I'm bringing to your attention is the value add of the digging into the VectorVest system to give you other stocks to add to your watch list. Folks, hopefully this is going to be at least mind-opening to let you know that commodities are on the rise, but not all the commodities are the same, all right? Some I'm willing to get into now. Some I'm willing to keep on my watch list and wait for a better opportunity. Once the commodity shows me that it's okay to get into it, now I've given you a list of stocks to put right along with it and the ability as a VectorVest subscriber to add to it as well. Folks, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you've got comments about stocks that you're looking at in this space, put it in the comments. Let me see what you're talking about. And most of all, share this content. Folks, you could change somebody's life in regards to what's going on with commodities for 2023. It's a hot topic. We've gone after it. We try very hard to go after pertinent information, what's going on in the market right now, so that you can put yourself in a better position to make money in the market. Folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya.